What's up, everybody? I'm the Broke Collector, Jacob Lopez, here with the first ever YouTube video here. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man. Now, I've been asking for this for years. Oh, I love it. And so with that being said, let's get straight into it. So this is the side of the packaging. Pretty cool. This is actually a product from issue 300, so that's pretty cool. And then there's the back. Read up if you want to pause and follow right now. And that's the rest of the wave. Ursa Major, Build-A-Figure right there. So with that being said, let's get to it and crack this thing open. Before we take a look at the figure, we're going to look at its accessories real quick. So as you can see, we have these blast effects in a more darker blue than usual. These are the first time we've seen these ones in this color, but we've seen these plenty of times, so throw those away. But when we have two fisted hands right here, looking really good. You can see that detailing right there. Look at that. Oh, the fingers. And these are new hands. These aren't reused from the 80 years. And then we have these new hands. Look at all that detail with the fingertips, man. And they do have, it's worth noting that they do have hinges. So unlike the 80 years ones that we probably all have, that I have at least. But with that being said, so we have two pairs of hands, fisted hands and open hands. One so you can put the repulsive effect right there. So pew, 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 pew. So blam, blam. Be like Happy Hogan. So with that being said, let's get to it and here we have the Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man out of the packaging. It is looking so sick. I mean, look at this. The detail on him. They got everything perfect on him, in my opinion. Actually, that's a lie. I forgot. These are supposed to be painted yellow, but that's just a minor gripe. If it can focus real quick, there we go. But it is looking really good. Some marbling right here. And some marbling right there on the back. And not too much on the back. On the butt too. Yeah. Look at them cheeks. But he's got some marbling right there. Don't know if y'all can see it. But, you know, it is a great figure. If you see this, you should definitely pick it up. And these are actually glued on, I believe. Yeah, because there's glue on this one right here. If it'll focus, come on. There we go. See there's glue right there. That's all right. And there's the back of the feet. So we'll get into articulation in just a little bit. But so far, I've played with this figure for a while now. But this is an amazing figure. It is great. And yeah, I mean, wow. I remember when, I don't have the Toy Biz version, but I remember I wanted it so bad. But I could never, my parents would never buy me it. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into the articulation. So he can look up that far. So you can get him to all those flying poses. Yeah, great, pretty much a great flying pose. He can turn his head this way, a full 360. Some head pivoting without the neck joint. So there is a neck joint, and it does pivot on its own, and it also rotates on its own. So that's pretty cool. He's got a neck hinge. Full 360. So bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that go in quite some ways. Really like that. Wrist roots 360 and hinges up and down. Same with the hands, up and down. Can crunch that, ab crunch forward, ab crunch back. Hip swivel. Kick out far that high, back a tiny bit. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees that meet a little cute angle. Ankles move up, down, down, up. I think they can move up. They should. Mine is a little tight, but okay, there we go. Moves up that much, or moves down, sorry. Moves down that much. And it moves up that much. Wish it moved up a little further, but that is cool for your Iron Man. Before we get into size comparisons, it's also worth noting that when you move this arm up, what you probably want to do is actually pull this arm slightly down, and because you don't want this to get rubbed, it will rub if you just don't move this down. So you want to slightly pull it, hold the figure, and slightly pull the arm down, and there you go. So it's worth noting that you do that before. However, it is your toy. Play with it how you like. Here we have the all-new Modular Iron Man next to the 80 Years Iron Man and the all-new Iron Man AI. So that's pretty cool. Or it might be Tony Stark AI. Either way, he's dead in this one. But it is a great repaint. And for a classic Iron Man, I don't care. It's still Iron Man. And then this one too. This is inspired more like Alex Ross's color because he draws like that. He's just an amazing artist. But with that being said, let's get to it and get into the size comparison. So right here, I like the scaling of these. It's alright if he's just a tad shorter, but that's no big deal really. You're barely going to notice it anyway. And yeah, you know, I have a few gripes with it already though, is that the knees, I wish they kind of went up a little more, and it came with another head. Like a whole entire head sculpt. Like at the mullet head, that's it. The mullet head sculpt. But, you know, that's alright. And here we have the Modular Iron Man right next to the brand new War Machine. God, I love this figure. This is an amazing figure. And they gave us the right head sculpt. But I do have a gripe with that head. And we'll get into that if you guys type in War Machine and give me 10 likes in the comments. Alright. So, now, let's get into the size comparison. I like the fact that he is taller than him. That is great. I like that. There's not much to say really. There's no reused parts from, I should have worth noting that there's no reused parts from anything. So this is all brand new as well. So yeah. And here's the brand new Iron Man right next to the Diamond Select Hulkbuster. This is a re-released one. So this one actually came out this year, but is a re-release. Because originally I think it was a Disney Store exclusive. But, you know, these two scale amazing. I love it. And this is definitely my definitive Hulkbuster until Diamond Hasbro releases a new one. So that'll be cool. Hopefully it'll be better than this. I still love it and it's amazing. The scaling of them is perfect in my opinion, and I like how it scales with the Marvel Legends Hulk. I do not have the new Rampaging or Immortal Hulk, that one, the Diamond Select Immortal Hulk. I don't really collect those. I might get into it. I don't know. We'll see in the future. But, you know, with that being said, let's get into another size comparison. Here we have Iron Man next to the Extremis Iron Man. Not looking too bad. I do think we need an update one though. Here he is next to the Silver Centurion Iron Man, just recently released. Walgreens exclusive. If you want me to do a review, I'll do a review on him too. And here's Iron Man 2020 right next to the new Iron Man. Not looking too bad next to each other. And here's the Iron Man next to the Invincible Iron Man. This was the 2017 release of him. So this is a pretty good figure. Alright. Mine is in bad shape. You know, he's got a loose arm. He squeaks. He's not in good. I need a new one. But, you know, he's also got that weird ankle thing going on there, but you know, he's alright. And he also came with a pretty cool head sculpt, which we'll get into later. And here we have him next to the vintage Iron Man. Yeah, we need an updated one of this one. And here's the Modular Iron Man next to its original 1990s Toy Biz Iron Man. I don't remember if this is the original. No, it is not. I can tell by just by that. But, you know, it's close enough. But let's get that out of the way real quick. And let's bring in the Tony Stark one that I have. Ooh. And there's Tony Stark. So, you know, for size comparison. And here we have the 80 Years Thor with the dog-chewed hair. No, never leave your toys on the floor. And here's the 80 years Hulk right next to Iron Man. And this looks great. I love how he towers over Iron Man. And it's awesome. And here he is next to the Amazon exclusive 3-pack Nimrod. Not looking too bad. You know, Hasbro, let's get an Ultimo. Can we get an Ultimo, please? Ultimo? HasLab exclusive. Ultimo. And here he is next to the Build-A-Figure Crimson Dynamo. Not looking too bad. Size comparison-wise. And here he is next to the deluxe Thanos that recently came out. Looking pretty good next to him, you know. Even though this isn't what he wore when he fought Thanos. He wore the, this suit. But, you know, that one looks better. Here he is with the Tony Stark AI head sculpt. Here is the Gamerverse Iron Man head sculpt, which is, Tony Stark. Oof. Head sculpt. Looking terrible. Don't like it. It's an alright figure. The figure was alright that it came with. The head sculpt is less. It's alright. Moving on. Here's the 80 years head sculpt on him. Looking awesome. One of my favorite head sculpts, but not my favorite. That one will be shown. And this looks amazing on him. Even if it's not the mullet head sculpt, it's just as good. In the comics, I'm pretty sure he still has that type of hair. Maybe a little goatee going on too on his face. But, you know, that's it. And here he is using the RDJ head sculpt. Yeah, let me see if I can get, there we go. Not looking too bad. You know, a little too small. It's alright. Photoreal tech looks great though. You know. Not too bad on the figure. I think, but it doesn't quite match it. And here's my personal favorite Tony Stark head sculpt on my personal favorite Iron Man. Now, there's one more Iron Man I want, and that is a superior one, but I want two of them. One has to be red, and one has to be... here we have the Modular Iron Man next to my favorite Marvel Legends, or my favorite Marvel character of all time, the Scarlet Spider. I just love him. This makes a pretty good team, you know. Have they met? I don't know. I don't know if they've done that. Maybe once, twice. Who knows? I know he fought Venom. I know Iron Man fought Venom after he got that armor. So, that's pretty cool. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and top the video off. This is an amazing figure. So, thank you for watching. Please follow me on Instagram at JacobLopezOof or at The Broke Collector. Please subscribe and follow for more.